So I'm here with the new LUMIX S9 in green. It's basically a mini S5 II, but with one thing that may or may not bother you. And people have been saying that this camera is for the content creators, but for me, I don't really think it's for them. I'm gonna give all my thoughts on who I think it's for and show some cool stuff along the way. But if you don't know me, my name's Dustin, your video tour guide, and please keep your arms and legs inside your, oh, we're in Japan, by the way. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video. So the biggest thing with this new camera is that you can take a picture, you can burn in a look or a LUT, and then you can transfer it via the new LUMIX Lab app straight to your phone and share it immediately. So that's a big thing that they're kind of pushing with this, you know, tiny, cute little camera. If you've used the old LUMIX Sync app, we know it's not amazing, and it kind of looks just old and outdated. But this new LUMIX Lab app is actually really cool. I can just turn on my phone right here, right now. I'm gonna do this in real time. And I click this button to my camera, and it's been working pretty great. This is a beta app right now. It's already connected, transfer photo video, and it is connecting to Wi-Fi, so then I can transfer the photos. It also has 5 gigahertz built in, so the speed should be really fast. We can't actually use it in Japan, so I can't use that till I get home. But even the 2.4 using JPEGs, it's been pretty fast for me. So right now it's still connecting, and now we're connected. So I forgot to show you guys what the app looks like. So I'm actually connected to the S9 right here. And then here is some clips right now. So I'm just viewing the SD card right now. Then we go back here, and something that's kind of cool is when we go to download, you'll see that there's some LUTs that we can also download straight from this store. And you can even download some from other YouTubers and creators. Like there's Caleb, Emily's at the top, there's Devin, there's John, and mine's coming soon. So stay tuned. And then I can also view my gallery. So these are a bunch of photos that I've already downloaded basically. And in the app as well, you can also, you know, edit the exposure of your videos and your photos, which is really also kind of cool. But they also launched some other features that aren't on other LUMIX cameras. One in particular is the hybrid zoom feature. It's kind of like Sony's clear image zoom, where it zooms, it crops in on the image, right? So yeah, I'm gonna show you how insane this hybrid zoom is. What happened? She got angry because Sony doesn't have the hybrid zoom. Okay, so right now, taking a photo at 28 millimeters, no hybrid zoom. So this photo right here is at 28 millimeters. Now let's turn on hybrid zoom. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Now there is some limitations in video mode on the hybrid zoom, like you can't do it in 6K open gate. So I'm in Cinema 4K, 24 frames. So right now we're at 28 millimeters, and we're gonna zoom in to that building that's almost, it's close to my house. Very, very close to my house. This is also new, this little pancake lens. It's 26 millimeters, fully manual, and an f8. I don't do street photography, so I don't really see the appeal in like a pancake lens besides the size. But the fact that it's like fixed at f8, it's probably really sharp, and it's manual focus. I mean, it's fun, it's cool. I'm a video guy though, so if you like that, nice. Now, as far as this pancake lens goes, it's going to come in at $199 US. And they also said they're going to be releasing an 18 to 40 millimeter lens that's supposedly supposed to be good and for this camera body. It's going to be small, great street photography lens. It's going to be a variable f-stop, but yeah, that's coming later this year. So stay tuned. What is happening in this thing? It's got like a crunch to it. I don't know what I'm eating, but I'm okay with it. So they added a new codec on this camera. It's called MP4 Lite. So
Basically, it shoots 3840 by 2160. We're in Japan, but it's shooting in 3x2 open gate. That's specifically for like transferring it from the camera onto the app and then editing that and posting it immediately to social as well. So they created that specifically for that. It only shoots in 29:9:7. I would have liked if they had 24 as well, or 23:9:8, but yeah, it's cool. It's still 10-bit. And having the dedicated LUT button is also kind of cool. They added some new features when it comes to burning in a LUT. You can actually combine two of the LUTs, and you can adjust the opacity of the different LUTs so you can come up with kind of your own look for photos and for videos. So you do have to use the My Photo Styles setting in order to like use the two different LUTs and change the opacity. But yeah, I think that's super cool that they did that.
One thing that's kind of cool about this new real-time LUT feature is this raw processing. If you shoot RAW plus JPEG, you can actually go to RAW processing. You can click this button. We can actually change which LUT we want to have on the picture. And something I also forgot to mention is that you can also add grain inside the camera as well. So that's cool.
This is pretty much a full-fledged S5 II in a body that's only 400 grams. It's a little over 400 grams, and if you include the battery and SD card, like it's a little bit, weighs a little bit more, but doesn't have an EVF. So if you're an EVF person, you don't have it, but it hasn't really bothered me that much just because, but I'm also a video shooter. So, but I think the big thing that a lot of people are not gonna like about this camera is the recording limits. There's not one mode that you can't record indefinitely in. They kind of vary between 10 to 20 minutes depending on which codec you choose. Really hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would, because most of the time I'm just getting like short B-roll clips. It's never overheated, and it's hot today. That ice cream bar, we're in Japan. I need another one.
Now you can just hit record again once the record limit is up, and it seems like it doesn't really overheat, but still it is kind of annoying if you're planning to do any kind of like talking heads or anything like that. So something to keep in mind. It also doesn't have a mechanical shutter, which that's probably more kind of a big deal for some photographers. And I mean, it's just a really small body, so that's probably why they couldn't fit it in. And maybe it has something to do with, you know, cost as well. Another thing is it's not weather sealed, and it has a micro HDMI. So quite a bit of compromises when you think about it. But for the price, which I believe is about $1,500, it's possible you could get the pancake lens with a pre-order for that price as well. You're basically getting, though, a mini S5 II with compromises. Now, I will be showing off in another video just how powerful this camera is and kind of highlight the Japan trip a bit more in a bit cooler way. I'm using the real-time LUT feature, no color grading whatsoever, no gimbal, basically just to kind of highlight the event and yeah, just show how powerful this little guy is right here. Also, I just gotta say to LUMIX, thank you for flying me out to Japan to the LUMIX Global Summit. It was a lot of fun, and I guess I should disclose as well that they did give me this camera and the lens, and they didn't tell me what to do with it. They didn't tell me to make a video or anything. They just said to enjoy it. Here you go, let us know what you think. So just keep that in mind, watch some other videos and form your own opinion.
So yeah, buy it. Who is this camera for, right? I think, at least for me, I love that there's kind of new colors for it, right? Just gives it a little more flavor, right? Gives a little bit more personality than what's out there. Makes it a little less intimidating. So I don't think it's really for content creators. Sure, it's got those cool features with the new app. Burning in the LUT is really cool. It's really easy to change between the LUTs. You can mix and match the LUTs, change the opacity, the new MP4 Lite option. All of that's really cool, but for me, it's more of like a little travel camera. I can slip this in my bag and it's not gonna take up like any weight. And it's still full frame. It's still got the crazy IBIS that, you know, LUMIX is known for. And so if you're traveling, you're shooting family events, or maybe you just need a second small B cam, as long as you're okay with those recording limits. But there's not many cameras on the market that are this small that are full frame. So I don't know, you decide. I'll be using it, but I'm in Japan, so I'm gonna keep going. So I'll subscribe to the channel, and I'll put links in the description if you want to purchase the camera. Those do help me, and if you've used them before in the past, like, thank you, I really appreciate it. Or just remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads if you want to support the channel, because it's free, and why not? And you're still here as I keep walking down this alleyway. I'm in Japan though, I gotta go. So.